The UFC has announced a new broadcast deal with Paramount, making it the exclusive home for all UFC events in the US starting in 2026. The 7-year agreement is worth over $1.1 billion annually, with an overall value of $7.7 billion over that period, and it will replace the promotion's current partnership with ESPN, which began in 2019 and reportedly paid the UFC around $500 million per year. The deal with Paramount includes 43 UFC events annually, 13 numbered events, and 30 fight nights. Under the new agreement, fans will no longer need to buy pay-per-views for $79.99 each, as events will be included with the Paramount Plus subscription. Select numbered UFC events will also broadcast live on CBS as well, which is Paramount's flagship network. Currently, Paramount Plus costs between $7.99 and $12.99 per month depending on the plan, though the company has not revealed if pricing will change when the UFC coverage begins. Dana White posted this message to his socials. He said, "This historic deal with Paramount and CBS is incredible for UFC fans and our athletes. For the first time ever, fans in the US will have access to all UFC content without the pay-per-view model, making it more affordable and accessible to view the greatest fights on a massive platform. This deal puts the UFC amongst the biggest sports in the world. The exposure provided by Paramount and CBS networks under this new structure is a huge win for our athletes and anyone who watches and loves this sport." The TKO COO Mark Shapiro released a statement. He said the pay-per-view model is a thing of the past. What's on pay-per-view anymore? Boxing? Movies on DirecTV? It's an outdated, antiquated model. So it was Paramount for us. Forgive the pun, where it's one-stop shopping, especially for our younger fans in the flyover states. When they find out, wait, if I just sign up for Paramount Plus for $12.99 a month, I'm going to automatically get UFC's numbered fights and the rest of the portfolio. That's the message we want to amplify. Recently, Israel Adesanya expressed interest in rematching Paulo Costa next, and Paulo has since responded. Izzy said, "I don't have to say much. I'd be like, cool, alright, that sounds fun, and give him a chance at redemption like people have done for me as well." Paulo responded during a Q&A on his Instagram and says he's in.
Costa, Adesanya Joe in the future, maybe, yes.
Roman Dolidze has released a statement since his submission loss to Anthony Hernandez over the weekend. He started by posting this video to his Instagram story. Dolidze then posted this. He wrote, "Thank you everybody for the support. I'm feeling good. Fight business is like that. Sometimes doesn't go to plan. I want to say a big thank you to my coaches, to Extreme Couture, to UFC PI family, and everyone who has supported me. Thank God for everything. No step back. On to the next." Geoff Neal versus Carlos Prates is set to go down at UFC 319. In a recent interview with Home of Fight, Neal says that he doesn't see this fight going past the first round. He said, "Whoever can keep from getting hit is going to win. I really feel like it's going to be a one-round fight. That's my goal. Granted, I'm training for 3 rounds, but I'm really training for a 1-round fight. There is no reason this fight should go past round 1. I see me knocking him out in the first round. It's probably not going to happen in the beginning, but it's going to probably be in the last couple of minutes, maybe 3 minutes. That's the goal. Get in there, wear him out, put volume on him, and then put him down." Tom Aspinall got some new tattoos on his neck.
First time I've seen the neck tats.
Not finished yet. Got to sort it again. Got a little touch up on Friday.
Gilbert Burns weighed in on Dricus du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. Having faced Khamzat in 2022 and losing via unanimous decision, Burns noted that if Khamzat fades in the later rounds, as he did against him and Kamaru Usman, Dricus could become a nightmare to deal with.
I do believe, that's my think. I do think Chimaev has that with everybody. I don't want to get hit on the beginning, because on the beginning, he rushes. I do believe he might take Dricus down, might control him a little bit. I don't believe Dricus will get knocked out. I don't think he's going to get cut. I don't think he's going to get finished. I do believe Dricus is going to fight through all that, get strong, get up. And I think if he's slowing down the way he's slowed down against Kamaru, against me, against a couple other fighters that the fight went late, I think it's a nightmare to fight Dricus like that.
You think there's a chance it goes 5 rounds?
It is a chance, because that's the way I said it.
Yeah.
The guy come as a freaking truck, so the only way to stop the truck is to have a car crash. With the car, meaning
that's good English.
Meaning, if you do have a car crash, Dricus he gotta like fight the adversity, but with the same energy. So he got to give a lot of energy back.
Yeah.
Saying that both guys going to get exhausted on the second round. But I do believe Dricus, with all experience, a lot of 5 rounds, fighting everybody, I think he's going to be able to recover, dig deep, and he hit so hard that I can see maybe a decision, but I do believe a late finish. Not even that late. I think 4th round, 3rd to 4th round, Dricus is going to finish. Yes, that's my prediction. You're going to get so tired, so exhausted on those 5 to 10 minutes, and then let's see the recovery, because he's working with a good guy. He's working with the Coach Call in California. Yes.
This guy is famous.
Yeah, he used to do TJ Dillashaw. He does Aaron Pico, Coach Call. A Cub Swanson, a lot of fighters. Chito Vera did him for a while. The guy is amazing, the conditioning. I think he's training the wrestling team, the USA Wrestling Olympic team. I trained this guy before, very good. I still think he's not gonna change much. That guy gonna come like a freaking truck on that first round, and then eventually he's gonna get tired. I think, I do believe. I think it's the same thing. You know what I think? If you try to make that clear, I'm gonna pull you a half tank, and I say, hey, you gotta go to Orlando with that tank. Just have half tank. If you go on the limit, you're gonna make it. If you start to go crazy, you're not gonna make it. Yeah. I just think that guy gets on the car, he accelerates so much that he's not gonna get to Orlando. If you don't finish it quick, first 2 rounds, that's it. I do believe that that's happening.
Steve Erceg picked up a unanimous decision win over Ode Osborne over the weekend. He admits he was doubting himself going in, as he was coming off a 3-fight losing streak and felt as if he was fighting to keep his job.
How much pressure did you have on yourself coming in this fight?
Yeah, heaps. Obviously, like, doubts run through your head, like, was I a fraud all along? Do I really belong, deserve to be here? All that nonsense. So it's good to fight a tough guy in the UFC, been here for ages, and get a tough win.
When the judges read the scorecards, were you confident that you won the fight?
Yeah, I thought I did enough. I mean, you never really know, but I thought I had his back in the second, I had his back in the third, so I thought I did enough.
Alexander Volkanovski broke down Dricus du Plessis versus Khamzat Chimaev on his YouTube channel. Volk doesn't believe Khamzat will pace himself like some are expecting, and predicts he'll come out aggressive from the start as he usually does.
There's a good chance Chimaev makes it look easy early. Remember that wild storm that Dricus needs to weather. You know, that's no joke. So it might look like that. Or do we see Dricus already giving problems? If you do, we know we're gonna see bigger problems later on. Or do we see Chimaev change it? It's fine for a title, 5-round against a tough guy like Dricus. Is he more calculated? Can he be more calculated for 25 minutes? Do we see that Chimaev? I've never seen it, and I don't think I ever will see it. I think he's just a powerhouse, and he's so good at it, he's going to back himself, and that's why he will be dangerous early. Can he get the finish early? Maybe. He could get the finish. I think his best bet is getting that finish early, because he will get him down. He might even be able to get him in some chokes. Dricus might be strong enough to get him in positions that he's safe enough to survive and not let, while he's getting like dasses or anacondas and Chimaev's trying to get leg grips to just keep him closer so he can get an even bigger grip to jam his hips in. Is Dricus strong enough to not let him bring his legs in or get himself around them legs to open himself a little bit, even though it's going to be tight? Dricus is composed enough. He's got that grit and determination to get through that strangulation that he's got, that Chimaev's given him, to survive and put him in a safe enough position to get through it and then get out. Now the gas tank's down. You get what I mean? He's a problem solver. Dricus is a problem solver. But Chimaev is that strong, and that is, you know what I mean? He could squeeze, and that's it, game over.
Jon Jones had high praise for Khamzat Chimaev heading into UFC 319. Recently, some footage came out of Khamzat training in a Jon Jones shirt, and back in 2022, Khamzat called Jon the pound-for-pound #1 fighter. Speaking to the Schmo, Khamzat said, "Jon Jones, of course, nobody is like him. He beats the monsters. I did all my training with Alexander Gustafsson. I know how good he is, and if Jon Jones could stop that guy, it's scary. Daniel Cormier, he has pressure, good wrestling and boxing. He has the mentality of just pressure the fighters, and Jones stopped that guy as well. If he stays in the game, he has to be pound for pound number one. Jon Jones has since responded. In an interview with Red Corner MMA, he said, "I don't think he has any reason to toot my horn or even be humble. He doesn't have to be. I mean, heavyweights fear him, and the fact that he has so much respect for me really means a lot. It says a lot about his character, his humility, to compliment someone in such a huge way, so I'm very grateful and honored." Charles Oliveira called out Dan Hooker and some other lightweights for allegedly turning down a fight with him at UFC Rio. A few days ago, it was announced that Oliveira will headline the event against Rafael Fiziev. In an interview with AG Fight, Oliveira said, "Which of the top guys would come fight me in Brazil? None of them would come here to fight in Brazil. You know what's going to happen today? Tomorrow when you release this clip, a bunch of them will say, I would, but in reality, I'm not a guy who goes around playing games, but I was offered names and they didn't even want it. So today when you release this, these guys will tweet, 'Coward, I wanted it. He didn't want it,' but it's a lie. My whole life it's been like this. They poke around and talk from the other side. When I say, 'Come on, I'm here,' they take it and run the other way. So which of them would come fight here? Topuria just beat me. He's number one in the rankings. Arman is waiting for a title fight. Justin Gaethje said he'll only fight for the belt. Max Holloway broke his hand. Dustin Poirier's retired. Which of the others would come? Dan Hooker, this guy is also just talking for a long time. The soap opera, you already know. It's been going on for years. He talked and talked and talked and it never happened. So really it's all talk. He talked a lot of nonsense, but when he's called, he doesn't go. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from Tucker. It says, "Steve Erceg is what Sid the Sloth from Ice Age would look like or sound like if he was an MMA fighter." The second one's from Enrique. It says, "Conor training is not MMA news." And the final one's from the official Brandon Diaz. It says, "Fluffy dragged him like he was going to mug him." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.